Before we begin, I'm trying to reach 10,000 subscribers before the end of the year to make all these special videos, so if you like the content here, please consider subscribing to help fulfill Project 10K. Thank you. Now on to the video. From 2013 to 2016, I was pretty on and off when it came to collecting Cars diecasts. Every once in a while, I would check in on the Cars line, pick up a few items that I liked, and then not really pay much attention to it for the next few months until I went through another brief Cars phase again and again and again, several times over the years. And unfortunately, at none of those points did I focus on TROC cars. I don't really remember what I thought about the TROC when it was coming out. I certainly knew about it, and I distinctly remember watching reviews of Carbon Racers and Carnival Racers when they were first releasing. But at the time, I unfortunately didn't pick up any cars from the line. That's led me to, over the past few years, making the TROC a pretty big focus of my collection, as I try to make sure I get as many TROC cars as possible before their prices become insane. A few years ago, I realized just how much a lot of TROC cars were starting to go for, and so I started picking up as many as I could, and I think I've done pretty well for myself. Gotten a couple of Silver Racers. Neon Raoul here was my first TROC car. I actually found him in a Kmart in 2017. I was on vacation in Pennsylvania, and we were like, no way, there's a Kmart. So we checked it out. They had a bunch of old cars, so I picked up Raoul. I've gotten a couple different Max Schnells, several Nigel Gearsleys, and recently, Carbon Racers Carlo Veloso, Silver Racers Jeff, and Carbon Racers McQueen from Robin Tailsfighter, who sent me a big package of cars a few months back. Especially excited about Carlo Veloso because what I didn't know when I unboxed her is that she's like well over $100 online, and he just found her loose at a flea market over where he is in the Netherlands. Absolutely insane. But I'm also very, very excited to have Carbon Racers McQueen because, believe it or not, I don't have any TROC McQueens. With the exception of the 2014 Comic-Con exclusive Neon Racers McQueen, this is the only TROC McQueen in my collection. So I'm very happy to finally get to add a TROC McQueen to my Cars collection. Other than the Comic-Con one, again. Anyway, guys, welcome back to another review. Today we're going to be taking a look at Carbon Racers Lightning McQueen, so let's get started. The Carbon Racers line is certainly pretty unique, outfitting all the World Grand Prix racers with carbon fiber. As one of the later TROC lines, I think they really knocked it out of the park with a lot of these designs, and they're all really unique. Taking what worked with the racers previously, keeping it the same, and then just replacing parts of them with this carbon fiber detailing. In Universe, this was done so that they could race a bit better on tracks in Germany. The TROC Carbon Race canonically takes place in Germany and was hosted by Max Schnell versus his Carbon Racer variant. There it is, right there. And McQueen is certainly, in my opinion, one of the best looking carbon racers. He very much is just a case of taking a regular McQueen and, just changing the red to carbon fiber and just swapping out some of the World Grand Prix logos with Carbon Racer and TROC logos, but I certainly don't mind because it's honestly really unique and very jarring to see a McQueen with this sort of gunmetal gray color scheme all throughout. There are no other McQueens with this color scheme, so he really stands out on a table with a bunch of other red McQueens with the occasional blue one or other color one. It's definitely a really unique item, and it's especially cool to see what is basically almost like a palette swap of regular Cars 2 McQueen, but again, with a lot of those fun additional TROC details. So let's take a closer look. He does have the regular expression that regular old Cars 2 World Grand Prix McQueen with racing wheels, whatever you want to call him, has. You can see the hood here and the windshield both have that nice carbon fiber detailing. But the rest of him actually doesn't have those carbon fiber lines. The roof has it up here as well. But other parts of him are just gray. So I don't know if in Universe that was also swapped out to carbon fiber or if they just changed his color scheme to try to make it match better. You can see the same is actually not true for Max Schnell, but that's because Max's diecast has the carbon fiber lines just molded into him. Let's see if that's the case for Nigel. No, Nigel has the parts of him that are not carbon fiber in his normal color scheme. And of course, we saw Carla earlier. That's also the case for her. So for McQueen, they kind of went the extra mile and made the other parts of him that weren't carbon fiber, not red, which definitely gives him a unique look. I think I definitely prefer that over just making the hood in this area up here the gray color and nothing else. But yeah, I absolutely love the carbon fiber lines. Unfortunately, they didn't give the cars new molds that made the carbon fiber textured like Max Schnell has, but I would not expect them to go out of their way to make fully new molds for all of the World Grand Prix racers for this line, so I certainly don't mind. They did go out of their way, though, to give new, larger spoilers to some of the characters, which was a pretty nice touch, like Rip, and I believe Francesco had it as well. Hudson Hornet piston up logo there on the hood, as you would expect from McQueen from this era. I really, really like the red border and bumper here that sort of goes all the way around the front of McQueen. Really nice detail, adding an additional splash of color. Unfortunately, the splitters, I believe they're called, that are on the front of these cars and their artwork and other media that adapts a carbon race are not present on the diecast, which is a bit of a shame. Got some really cool looking wheels here. I believe these are fully unique for this variant. I did not really look at these until now, and I gotta say, these might be some of my favorite McQueen wheels ever. They are super cool. Very spiky and a whole lot of spokes going on there. A really unique design for sure. Got the number 95 on the side, which has, a hexagon pattern. That's interesting. This year we have the GRC, which is a new World Grand Prix adjacent line, and that also primarily uses hexagons in its design pattern. That's pretty cool. I absolutely love how this 95 logo looks. Maybe not the biggest fan of how the whole back half of him is orange, but also I'm a really big fan of how the back half of him is orange. I actually really like how that looks, having the back half look like this. It just looks really awkward as it transitions from Lightning Bolt to his entire back half. I think that could have been done a bit smoother. But yeah, wow, that is a really, really nice design. We've got some more sort of carbon fiber style detailing on the side. I'd assume this isn't supposed to be carbon fiber and is just a detail made to kind of look like it. Like this would be the actual carbon fiber, and that does not look the same as that. We've got the CR logo here, Carbon Racers Cup. You can see CRC written on him in a few places, which is a pretty nice touch. It appears McQueen was actually given a unique spoiler as well, with these little gray parts sticking up. I'm not entirely sure what these are in universe or in real life, so if you're a bit more well-versed in the world of this sort of racing, please for sure let me know down in the comments. I would like to grab a regular World Grand Prix with me real quick, though, to see. Yep, you can see he does have a completely differently shaped spoiler, definitely made so in universe he could be a bit more lightweight and aerodynamic. You can see, unfortunately, some of the paint has worn off, but this was a used item that, again, Robin found at a flea market, so I certainly don't mind. But yeah, it's kind of got this split down the middle, CRC logo up on that top half. Got the McQueen signatures over there, TRC logo right there. On the back, we got CRC. Please don't get it confused with GRC. That's a completely different thing that exists in the Cars universe now. Number 95 on the back headlight, which is interesting because in universe, starting with Cars 2, McQueen has real headlights, meaning that they typically don't put decals on there anymore because they're actual functioning lights. The first Cars movie, when his headlights are only stickers, it has the 95 logo on it, but in Cars 3, they put the 95 underneath because it's a real working light now. But here, they just slapped the 95 on the working light, which is interesting. I wonder if that's just a design oversight. Another detail I really like is that the spoiler is actually painted down here. It's not just all red. There is some gray carbon fiber coloring there, which is great. We have more carbon fiber on the back next to a little American flag to let you know what country McQueen is representing, a carryover from his regular World Grand Prix design. There is a look at his other side. And finally, there is a look at the base. A really impressive model. I was not expecting it to be this well detailed. Going into this review, I was just kind of like, okay, looks cool. It's just kind of a McQueen with additional gray and carbon fiber. But I really appreciate all of the little details on this guy. And I think I just realized that these parts sticking up from the spoiler are actually just supposed to be continuations of the parts that attach the spoiler to him. From a distance, it looks pretty cool, but up close, I couldn't really tell that. Yeah, this is an incredibly detailed car. Really, really well put together. Easily one of my favorite TROC items I own, and I hope to someday get some of the other McQueens from the line. Anyway, guys, thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye now. That spoiler looks so sick. Look at that. It's like it's fully going through the spoiler. Oh, that looks awesome.